Let me tell you a story about a legendary pawn. Once upon a time lived a black pawn, a normal chess piece among other. For thousands of years, him and his two brothers Hiruko and Ryuji were fighting in the front line. It is said that kings and queens do not have a lot of consideration for pawns, or any chess piece as a matter of fact. Thus, they will sacrifice anyone for their goal. The legendary pawn and his two brothers fought relentlessly in the board of chess in hope to one day promote to a queen. Their story and adventures were filled with blood, sweat, and tears. The legendary pawn started to grow a deep hate in his heart for the kings, as they were the one making decisions putting him and his brothers at risk. It is said that when a chess piece dies, it does not go to heaven or hell, but is simply reincarnated into another game that is yet to start. The enemies will be the same. The allies will be the same. The kings will be the same, which mean that the three brothers were not separated upon death. Unfortunately, kings and queens grew tired of always facing the same opponent for years. Thus, over a council, they decided to change the rules. The new rules was written as followed. When a game ends, the next one will be designated with different enemies. Only the king and the queen will stay together, but the other pieces fighting for them and against them will be different soldier. This had no impact for the king and the queen, as they would be together forever. But for the one fighting for them, it meant that their friendship would end, their brotherhoods will be lost, and any connection they made with one another will be lost. The rules was decided on May 19th, 1984, which was the turning point for the legendary pawn. He knew that him and his brother would have their last chance to play together. The legendary book of chess also added two new rules. 1. If a pawn promotes to a queen during his game, he shall stay a queen forever. 2. If a pawn dies during a game without promoting, his soul shall be lost in the void of chess forever. Every piece were informed about this new rule. The legendary pawn, Hiruko and Ryuji, knew that this day would be their last game together. The last chance, the last hope, the last opportunity. The goal was clear: make it to the front line, or die forever. That final game was going on their favor, as the Black King had outplayed and outsmarted the White King. The front line was finally right in front of them. After all the pain they had gone through, their dream was finally a few steps ahead. The saying that kings do not have a lot of consideration for pawns is in fact true. Although the pawn were about to promote, the king decided they had done enough. They were simply a distraction method in his tactic. He could have promoted the three of them, but decided otherwise. Out of rage of what just happened, a burst of energy suddenly appeared on the legendary pawn. The legend says that an unprecedented event happened on that day. It is said that every piece on the battlefield was slaughtered that day. A bath of blood was on the floor. None of the piece made it alive, except a black pawn. This story was kept private and hidden to the public, as the story seemed too disturbing to be revealed. After that, the legendary pawn spent time by himself, wandering alone in the void of chess. As he also was confused of what happened, he had a burst of rage so intense, a magical power was awakened in his body. However, it was the first time for him doing that. It was not on purpose, and his memory were very blurry about what happened. He knew that something strange occurred, but it was very hard for him to remember. The only thing he could tell with certainty is that his two brothers were dead. On that day, he made a promise to himself to change the rules of chess, to get rid of every kings and queen, and to free all the chess piece working for them. Unfortunately, as his power were not fully developed, nor did he know how to use them again, he had no choice but to get back in the battlefield and to serve under a king again. Was it luck, or was it fate? He managed to survive more than 57 games working under the Black Kings. Over that period of time, the hatred in his heart grew bigger and bigger. He still had to serve a king after what happened. He really wanted to change the world of chess. The second turning point was on the 58th game. The legendary pawn had finally found the secret to enlightenment. He found the truth of this world, every secret to the universe unveiled in front of his eyes. From that point on, chess was nothing but a child's game for him, as he had become what you can call a god. However, he held that promise dearly to his heart. He would not stop until every kings and queen are annihilated and the chess piece liberated. As he ventured into his new journey, the rumor about a legendary pawn spread very rapidly, and more pieces began to awaken one by one. First it was the pawn, then a rook followed, a knight appeared, and finally a bishop. Every piece awakened due to a desire that was dear to them. They all fought for their own reason. The legendary pawn wants to change the chess world. even if it means taking the dark road. The legendary rook wants to protect every king in the world, as he was given the title of the strongest piece after a queen, and is very grateful to that. The legendary knight, being the only piece that can jump above the enemy, wanted to jump so high he would reach space and be the freest piece in the world. The legendary bishop wanted to become the fastest piece in the world, able to go faster than light itself and travel across the universe. The legendary pawn and the legendary rook having opposite ideals, the fight was inevitable. An intense battle began in the realm of chess. Despite a good effort, the rook ended up being outmatched by the legendary pawn. By coincidence, the legendary rook and the legendary knight happened to have met each other after awakening. They became good friends. Being a legendary piece, the knight could feel the intense battle that was happening and rushed to help the rook fighting the pawn. They fought relentlessly for hours, but eventually, once again, the legendary pawn got the upper hand. Facing such a tremendous power, the knight and the rook knew they had to use a forbidden move, a technique that would let them fuse together. However, this would cost them their life. That fusion was enough to handle the legendary pawn, until he decided to go all out. After another round, it appeared crystal clear to the knight and rook that they would not make it alive from this fight. The ultimate move was used, a technique that can stop time flowing on every axis, the past, the present, and the future. Even omnipotent pieces cannot go against that. Everyone would be frozen for 5 seconds, except the legendary rook and knight that were fused. Just as the legendary pawn was about to die once and for all, the one who wanted to become the fastest piece appeared. He struck the rook and the knight so fast their fusion was removed. The technique was cancelled. Thus, it did not cost them their life. The bishop wanted to team up with the pawn to help him fight the two pieces against him, but the legendary pawn, being who he is, decided to go on his own and do not wanted to be helped. All pieces charged their attack and throw it with all they've got. That is when two pieces, whose power are far beyond anything we've ever seen, we're standing in the middle of all of them. Their strength was so unexplainable, all the legendary pieces froze. The knight was so scared he tried to escape. That was the moment. The first legendary piece died. The final battle to decide the fate of chess is about to begin.
Haha, what a stupid knight.
Did he really think he could escape from here? How cute.
Those two are real trouble. I should be very cautious before doing anything.
What the F just happened? This can't be real.
I'ma be very clear with everyone. The next one to move will have the same fate.
How did any one of you thought you could hold the power to be above us? You, lowly chess piece.
You were created to follow our orders, and you will obey until the end of time.
It appears that you three have managed to escape the rules and be free.
But not for long. We will retrieve your power and restore the balance of the chess universe. No pawn, knight or rook, is meant to be a god and fly around.
However, for you in purple the situation is different. We've heard about the sins you've committed.
All the kings and queens you've killed. All the atrocity you've done.
Did you think you would go unpunished?
One of the queen you've once killed was my sister. I will take my sweet time and cut you into pieces.
Go unpunished. How dare you say that? You, the king and the queen, are the biggest scum of the universe. What is this strength? This might really be the end for me. Sorry, Hiruko. Sorry, Ryuji. It seems like I won't be able to hold my promise.
Wait honey, do not kill him yet.
Don't worry, I want to see this fool suffer.
How did such a lowly piece dare to call us scum?
You two are the worst of the worst. This stupid game that you've created is nothing but entertainment for you. However, we, the one fighting for you, are paying this battle at the price of our life. How many of us have you sacrificed for nothing? How dare you call me a sinner with all this blood on your hand?
Blood on my hand? You fools should be happy that I even let you serve me. I, a glorious king, the one who conquered everything, the one who rules the land. I'm the smartest and best out of everyone.
The smartest of all, Hava. What a joke. I've served you for thousands of years and seen you play. Every 5 moves you make is a blunder. But you don't care, do you? After all, you're not the one dying.
I won't let you disrespect the king no more. Goodbye.
Hold on a second. Did you dare to disrespect my intelligence?
Your intelligence, where is it?
You lowly pawn does not understand tactics, mind game, analysis, thinking ahead. Those things seems to fly right above your head. That's why I'm the king and you are who you are. You should be thankful for my contribution. Who do you think created the London system? The King's Indian, the Scandinavian?
The Scandinavian, the London system. Blah, blah, blah. Is that the petty name of your openings you came up with? That's a lot of fancy words. But at the end of the day, you just killed us, sacrificed us, all of that just to end up getting checkmated. What a joke.
Trials and error had to be done in order for me to reach the pinnacle of intelligence. I've sacrificed you pawn once, and will do it again in order to create better opening.
No need to tell me that. I know very well that you will sacrifice us whenever the opportunity presents itself. Once my brother and I had the opportunity to finally become queens, but a stupid black king decided to let us die and use stupid rooks for the final blow.
Wait. My memory as a king is unmatched. I once remember I had 3 pawn close to the finish line, but I simply used them as distraction and let them die in the end. It was so funny.
助けたいってこと
It was b6, c5 and d6, right?
助けなくちゃって
b6 and d6?
助けるってこと
Wait, so you're telling me it was you? Haha, what a joke. You're the one from the hidden story. I remember you killed me with a weird aura. That day broke all the rules and I wasn't reincarnated. I had to spend thousands of years in the void, but I swore to come back one day and make this stupid pawn pay for that. I'm happy that we meet again. Don't worry, I will send you where I sent your 2 dead brothers.
やがってお前らの言う通りになんか
I need to come up with a plan to get rid of those 2. Hurrying would be a mistake.
Legendary Pawn, can you receive me?
Yes, what the F is that?
I'm using a special telepathy technique. This will allow us to communicate without the Queen hearing.
I know we were fighting each other, but those 2 are a far greater threat than you.
We must fight together, otherwise this battle is lost.
Fair enough. For once I'll recognize that we stand no chance against those 2 facing them one by one.
Ha ha. At least we can agree on that one.
Listen carefully. The way she slashed the knight in half wasn't normal at all. She moved at a speed that's impossible. The power must reside in the board we're standing on. It's a legendary board.
The Queen should be weaker if we break it.
I'm not the strongest, but I'm for sure the fastest. I think I can do it.
Sounds good.
Let's do this.
Do those fools really dare to attack me? I will show them what true definition of power is. Haha, you should see your face. What did you say earlier?
I'm going to...
You won't do anything.
I need to recreate a board fast.
Legendary Bishop, Legendary Rook. Listen to me closely. When the bishop threw an attack at the king, the queen rushed to protect him. I also noticed that he hasn't jumped into the battle at all. If my assumptions are correct, just like normal chess, the king is useless. He is simply giving order to the queen. She seems to be invincible, but the king may be her only weakness. We should target him instead.
Are you sure? Getting closer to the legendary board is dangerous. The queen will be even stronger there.
It's only a guess, but this might also be our only chance.
Alright then, trust me. Charge at the king. We have only one chance.
How the F is that possible?
Am I dreaming?
Nice one, Rook. The timing was impeccable. It feels nice to be back.
No, genuinely, what then have just happened?
We lied when we were fighting against you.
The fusion never costed us our life.
The knight had a tactic to caught you off guard.
Just before we fused together, I used my telepathy technique to tell him a message. Rook, listen, we can only use the fusion for 30 seconds. Once that is done, we will be separated. Before doing it, we should use the camouflage technique. I will change to you, and you change to me. Once we're separated, the pawn will not know that the rook is actually the knight, and that the knight is actually the rook.
Okay, but what is your plan?
Although our appearance change, our ability will remain the same. You told me earlier.
I have an idea. Let's use my special abilities.
Sacrificed the rook!
I won't die if someone of my team sacrifices me. I will fight with the pawn. When I got him tight, blow everything up.
Got you. So I have an idea. When you look like me, let the pawn kill you and remain on the floor pretending to be dead. I will keep fighting the pawn and use my technique, the ultimate fork. This will block the pawn from moving. When he is stuck, come back alive and slash absolutely everything on your way, even if it means killing me.
The idea was brilliant. However, the bishop came to struck us and our fusion was removed. However, we were still under the camouflage. So when the queen killed me, I pretended to lay there on the floor and was waiting for my opportunity to kill you. But after realizing how dangerous the king and queen were, I decided to instead use it on them.
Maha, you two are very clever. I need to admit I won't have seen it coming. What is up with you now? Are you lost without your king? Maha, how pitiful.
Wait, so you were right. She's literally unable to move without the king's order?
Oh.
Let's finish her.
Well, looks like we got quite along for once.
What a fight that was.
We've done it.
Rook, wasn't your goal to protect every king?
Where are we?
It appears that we entered the nether of chess, a place between life and death. We are stuck here considering we are too strong to enter a different dimension or be reincarnated.
Those fools. I will make them pay. I will slaughter every one of them. How do we get out of this place?
By reverting the time lapse itself, we need to defeat the god of death, the god of time, the god of space, and the god of chaos. Once those are no longer, this place should collapse and reality will revert itself.
I will not stop on anything until those lowly peace paid for what they've done.
Don't worry, this is only a matter of time until things go our way. For now, let's fuse and destroy everything in our path until we get back.
Let's do it.